Just, I'm thinking about grizzly bears.
Is there one outside the window right now?
There probably is, and it's waiting to ambush us at every single trailhead.
Have you ever thought about if a scary thing was to confront you, you would just kind of like stand really still and stare it down as a method of interacting with it, or do you feel like you'd like run away or crouch down?
I think that's what you're supposed to do with grizzly bears. From what I gather, is like you just take your full energetic force field and you just put it into absolute stillness and then project it into a shell that is impenetrable.
Have you ever seen a grizzly bear?
Yeah, but it was like a quarter mile away. It was crazy though. It was like a quarter mile away running on a hill, and it looked as big as a dump truck. It was really hard to
That
sleep
is
that night.
insane.
Yeah.
Do you think that if a grizzly bear came down right now that we would start the Honda and go really fast?
No, I don't know. It might be amazing. They seem to be like really unpredictable, where it's like they could just be like, and now I will fuck you. And other times they're just like, hi.
I've heard that gunshots aren't really even like defensive against it. Like they're not really scared of them.
Right, like you could actually like excite it by putting some 44 shells in its skull. It's like, it gets like hyped up. It's like it's fucking touring.
Do we have bear spray?
We do not have bear spray and we do not have firearms, and we are in grizzly country. We're sleeping outdoors. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
a grizzly can basically
And eating smoked fish.
Oh god, we're just like stinking like the most delicious treats. Plus, I haven't washed my genitals in about 7 weeks, and so that's probably maybe that's our defense.
Yeah, that could be. Actually, I've heard hypotheses from different scientists that speculate that that's what BO is for, is defense, you know.
I wonder. Well, what's more frightening to you in Montana, grizzlies or COVID?
Dude,
Who's even talking about
grizzlies.
COVID anymore?
People in cities.
Do you feel like people in Montana are concerned about you being from Oregon and having?
Not at all. Dude, they're super, like, receptive. Like, I went to a cafe yesterday and asked a girl if she knew anyone that smelled any smoothies. And she was like...
Smelled any smoothies?
Well, it was an accident. I meant to say sell any smoothies. And she was like, there's a coffee shop down the street. Run! Like that. And then I was like, what? And then she's like, it's downtown. You just turn on this road and you go up the sidewalk and it's just downtown. It's just down a little bit farther than this. Just down a road. Just on the other side of the block, on the left side, just downtown on the road. You'll find it. And they close in 20 minutes.
Oh, and did you find it?
No.
No, because first off, coffee shops never have smoothies.
Well, I think this one probably did. But she was like, they close in 20 minutes. Joke is on me. They closed 5 hours ago.
Bam.
Ba-bloom.
Boom.
Ba-oom.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody in Montana cares that we're from Oregon.
Yeah.
Nobody here has COVID. They've never heard of Oregon. They're not sure how we drove the Honda across the ocean to even arrive from Oregon.
True.
Yeah.
I mean...
We do have the smallest car in the state.
True. Yeah, everyone has pickup
I
trucks.
have not seen a smaller car than this Honda.
Yeah. I mean, I am glad that we have the inflatable raft system in the bottom of your car, you know, like the one that you can just press a button and the bottom of the car inflates. So
Right.
Making it across the ocean was actually easy, but once...
Yeah.
Dude, you started driving on some fucking dirt roads and that thing popped.
Right. We're never going to get back to our liberal island.
Yeah. I mean, it's alright, though, because it's like, I don't know, we can just become cowboys. Like, the Wild West is forever, right? Like, that was,
Totally.
like, a really long period of time, right?
I don't know. I'm super curious about the Wild West because it's like, if I try to do the math, I'm like, we didn't cross the Mississippi that long ago. Like, when did we cross the Mississippi and start exploring west? 1700s or something? And I don't think those first guys were like cowboys. They were like dirty little Irish boys that were like getting beat up at home and were like hating society, and we're
For
just
sure.
out here just like taking out their molesting aggression on beavers. And I think it was a while before like the cowboy era. I want to guess. I'm just gonna intuit this. Cowboy era was from 1810 to 1890. That's 80 years. Everyone talks about the cowboys still. It's like the
Yeah.
Wild West is like a worldwide phenomenon. It was a really short amount of time.
I don't know. What are the defining characteristics of a cowboy to you?
Really good with a horse. Really good with a gun. Totally down with hoes.
And by that you mean prostitutes,
Yeah.
which was like the only job women could have in that era.
Yes, but they dressed nice, and I don't think they had to do any outdoor work in those fineries. So that was
Doesn't mean that they had teeth.
They didn't necessarily have teeth. They might have had to earn those.
But that's probably better for the game.
Which
Probably
game?
feels better. A dick game.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I don't know that you're gonna. Yeah. Well, I mean, teeth are a problem when they're in the way. But if they're not in the way, then it's not a problem.
Yeah, but don't you feel like you could just like it would be cool to like feel someone gumming down?
Oh right, like being able to bite on you with
Yeah.
just like 2 pieces of like bubble gum. So,
Gummel bum. That doesn't sound better.
I don't know if that would feel that great though. Even just getting, it'd probably be fun. It'd be a novelty. Maybe it'd be really nice. Maybe they could like instead of a cock ring, it's just a cock clamp.
Oh god.
A bubble gum, a gummy gum, bubble clam, cock clamp.
Plant.
Like right as you're about to explode.
Yeah.
Hold that back and then watch your balls just go.
I have a great uncle in the Cowboy Hall of Fame. And
Really? There's a Cowboy Hall of Fame?
yeah, it's in Medora.
Okay. What kind of things make you famous?
I think like being notorious. Also killing Native Americans probably. It's not a good one.
Were the cowboys specifically killing the natives, or were they just more coming along afterwards? Like what? I don't know. Are cowboys like gold rush people? I feel like cowboys are just, they have to be in a small, dusty town.
Yeah.
I don't even think they necessarily
I
do
feel like they
anything with.
should be a sharpshooter or have something to do with guns.
You ever notice nobody talks about how most cowboys probably just spent their entire fucking day just sort of at a crawl speed with their horse, just sort of trailing behind a gigantic herd of cattle, maybe fixing some fences,
Well, it's like a cow poke.
getting a sunburn.
Cow poke.
Cowboys in town.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that's the case. I feel like cowboys are probably like cowpokes that turn into like kind of like more gangstery like ruffians, you know.
Ooh.
But I also, you know
That's
what?
pretty dope. It's
we
like
were
the
learning
G
about
era.
yesterday was Buffalo Bill. Remember? And he had his whole Wild West show, and he toured the states, and he was actually one of the first nationally known celebrities ever, and that's pretty cool. And what he did was basically popularize that, you know, like stories that he'd heard of people like robbing trains and people like being cowboys and stuff. And
Right.
People got really hooked on that idea, but not particularly true stories. He told a lot of exaggerated shit.
We hit on this point that potentially what's going on with the whole cowboy like fanaticism is that it just coincided with this era of sort of national, maybe even international media happening, where it was like you could just sensationalize a single train robbery,
Yes.
and it would just be like, they're fucking doing that all over the state. And really there was probably just, potentially there wasn't that many. How many people were like, all right, take 5 steps, turn and shoot?
Yeah.
Like, I want the numbers on that. Did that happen like twice?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's an insane thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, even the story of like Wild Bill Hickok was like he got famous because he supposedly killed 3 men coolly. That's what it says. And it said that the media published a report on his killings, but they over-exaggerated it a lot, and that's pretty much why he got famous. And then he helped a bunch of fur trappers and stuff, and hunters to shoot. He'd like gave them tours and stuff, the rifles.
If I wanted to be a sharpshooter, if that was my thing, and I want to get known for it in the papers back in Philadelphia, I would just not drink.
Yeah.
I would just go to the bar, I'd gamble, I'd have the bartender serve me like some caramel water, and then I would just act a fool.
Caramel water.
And then I would challenge the drunkest guys at the table, and I would just murder.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just be crazy. No one would ever mess with me.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, all right, you ready to go? And it'd be right on target.
And they'd be like, how did he do it?
And then meanwhile, they'd be like, where's my gun? Oh! and then you'd be famous. Famous for killing people, which apparently made you pretty badass.
Yeah, true.
Cool.